Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be looking at a game called The Hunter, or otherwise known as The Blind Hunter. I've seen it show up as both titles in a bunch of different places. This is by a developer known as Mr. Tedders, and it is another game from the LD28 competition. I know I keep saying every day that I'm done showing those off, but then I keep having another one get suggested to me, or I find another one that looks really awesome. And this is another case where the premise is very original and very unique and quite astounding that it was created in such a short amount of time. So this is a top-down stealth action game where we have no vision, everything is auditory, so we're going to be basically hearing things, although there is a little bit of a visual / pictorial representation of what's going on the screen, and we're going to have to use our senses and our best abilities to try and track whatever it is that's trying to kill us, and also make it out through these rather labyrinthian levels. I'm not even sure exactly where it is that we're going to end up being, but I believe a story will unfold throughout this as well. So let's look at the options. Volume and a mute. Okay, so those are pretty simple options. I guess we will give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. Very basic movement controls here. We've got WASD, R for restart, and P for pause, so really just movement in this case. And I think there is some clicking to be done. As you can see, I also do have a sort of like a gun reticle cursor, so I assume I'm going to be probably shooting at things. I'm not sure quite how literal the hunter thing is done. But first movement says they can hear you, and each step I take will actually produce the sound wave that you can see tracks until it reaches a solid surface. Normally a sound wave would bounce back to you. In this case, I think we're just using it to sort of see what's around, and that works just fine. As you step back and forth, you can strafe and create more and more of these waves to have a better idea of what the surfaces around you look like. Pick this up, you'll need it. I don't know what exactly it is, but I have picked it up, and I assume this is the thing that I will be using if I click with my reticle, wherever it is that I happen to do that. Okay, so we seem to have a pretty solidly rectangular room here with, I guess that's something like a bed in the center. I'm not really sure what that shape is. It doesn't really look like something I can recognize. But we are looking at a top-down map again, so please do remember that. And I'm just going to keep moving over to the right until I reach a wall. Okay, there I go. Kill him. Is that something that I'm overhearing, or is that something that I'm saying? I'm not sure. Kill him. Okay. Apparently bad things are happening right now. It's getting louder. Oh, I see footprints. I'm going to stop moving for a moment and see if these might go away. The enemies, as far as I'm aware, do have proximity sensor, sort of an operation to them, so the closer I get, the more likely it is that this thing's going to track me and run after me. Seems like we're okay, but I guess I just have to kill this thing. That seems to be the only way. There we go. I hit it with that spear, apparently. I thought I was going to be shooting a gun at that time, but that does not seem to be the case. Okay, hear more foot stomping going on. What is the shape of those feet? They look like hooves, perhaps? That's part of the mystery, I suppose, that we're not sure exactly what it is that's chasing us, or what it is that's going on. For what you did to me, to us. And then there's a bit of cryptic story happening at the same time. Let's just try to very carefully maneuver about here. Shift to run. That's kind of a good thing to know. So I can hide in this cupboard and let whatever this beast is walk by me. Maybe is it two things going at once? It's got a very strange pattern to how the footsteps are going. Okay, I'm going to sprint over here. That makes a lot of noise. As you can tell, the ripples become deafeningly loud. Oh god, it's going to catch me unless I can get back. That was... wow. They murdered the junk out of me, as you can tell. Both of those creatures became very adversarial and very upset. I'm assuming they're creatures again, because I don't think I've really seen too many pairs of shoes that look like this. Maybe they're ninja shoes. They could be those toe shoes. So I guess I'll hide in here again. We've got a little bit of like an amnesia thing going on, and this is actually turning out to be a lot more horror-oriented than I was expecting. I figured, well, I don't know why I think this, but I figured it was going to be sort of a drier, like noir-style story, but this is very much visceral, and it's kind of cool to see what the developer has done with very minimal graphical features here, because really all there is that's going on is, well, we've got this cupboard, we've got some footsteps, and we've got occasional text and sound waves that are bouncing out of a single point, and that point is us. I need to not go that way. Yeah, I knew that was going to work. Alright, let's not make that mistake one more time, and let's not do any more sprinting ever again. I think that's only to my detriment. Let's just wait right here. The thing that I was worried about is that these things would be smart enough to be able to tell when I'm standing out in the open... Oh, okay, is there another way to go? Oh no, I'm walking straight up to it. Yeah, alright, well... I managed to get in the cupboard. They both saw where I went, and they couldn't get in, so now they're all walking in that direction. That is surprisingly scary, actually. Okay, the steps are now incredibly offset, so I'm gonna have to assume that they're actually two things walking in perfectly straight lines next to each other? I don't know. Maybe they are actually supposed to be human beings, but I kind of like the idea that maybe they were demons or some kind of mythological crazy monsters. Let's get in the next cupboard, because I believe there's one right here, too. Get in it! I'll never forgive you, it says, or I say. I feel like I'm really missing some context here as to who's saying what and why. And I'm just hoping that maybe as we get further in, that might become a little bit more apparent. Also, I know I'm talking quite a bit, but I have turned up the volume more than I usually do because I want you to hear that there's sort of a soundscape going on for the majority of this game. We seem to be existing in a very thick sort of pea soup of sounds, and I think that that's very important. I'm going to try and step very, very quietly and hope that I can walk a little bit further away from this. Okay, now I'm going to wait right here. Let it keep walking up, because I can't throw my spear again. I don't have another one of those. And now I should be clear to keep going. I'm not going to run. Oh god, is this an empty... There's just a dead end down here? Can that be? How am I supposed to kill these things? I guess maybe there's probably a hallway somewhere in the middle of this. Yeah, there is. And now I'm running. Now I'm running. There's a maze. Of course there's a maze. I'm going to probably run into another one. Yeah, alright. Well, now I know where I'm supposed to go. And that's going to be very tricky since this guy's right in the way. But I'm really glad at least it doesn't reset me back to the beginning of the game every single time. Alright, I'm not going to run. You're trying to trick me. Alright, no need to hide in there. Maybe that would be a useful reset point if I screw up early on or something. All I just need to do is stand in the darkness for a while, wait for this guy to pat on by. And then we'll see if we can maybe just run into this... Yep, the corridor is actually right across from that cupboard. I didn't realize how close it was. And now I don't have to necessarily be chased as I'm looking to go further in. And there is our weapon, our sword or our spear, whatever that thing is. If I can get over to that hallway somehow, I'll see if I can maybe grab it. And then I'm going to assume I'm supposed to go back and destroy whatever it is that's after me, and I think I just picked it up right then. I think I can throw it. Yeah, okay, that's going to send out a shockwave, but everybody's too far away to notice me. Maybe I can just keep walking and not have to get into a confrontation. I can't forgive you. Alright, somebody's not happy. And we've got another adversarial enemy over here. I just probably triggered that, yep. Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. So I seem to be very upset with the fact that I keep having to kill these things. Could have stopped before you went too far. The ones with the red steps seem to be the ones that I have to fight. Oh, there's one right in the corner, like right next to me. You know what's weird is I'm actually getting sort of a vibe of a game that I never thought I would reference ever in one of these videos called 3D Maze Hunter, which was from the Sega Master System of all things. Oh, can I get a look at what the body shape is? It does seem to be rather round, although I'm not really sure why. This didn't need to happen. Continuing on. Oh, another cupboard. So I guess maybe I am supposed to go this way. I'm worried one of them is going to be lurking in the shadows waiting for me. Is this going to come right over to me? I'm ready to throw a spear if that needs to happen. No, it looks like they're all walking in very strange patrol patterns. Maybe they're a patrol of alpacas. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd feel awfully bad if I was hitting them with spears, though. Where did they all go? They were all going up in this direction, and then they seem to have turned around and left. Oh god, they're coming straight for me. Okay, go around. I think they're walking in sort of weird, arbitrary patterns now. So I'm just judging how far my sound cone seems to go. Looks like I was able to get around them. And I think this is all going to end up culminating in me going back in the same direction. There it is. Oh god. I thought I was... Oh, I thought I was right about to get to where I needed to go, and there was a wall in my way. That's the worst. Okay, well that does let me see further, so I guess that's kind of useful. Maybe I could get something out of that. If I could maybe trigger them one at a time to come after me instead of the thing that I'm actually doing. Oh, they turned around when I killed the one of them. Okay, maybe there's something to be said for that as well. You could just take out all of these guys one at a time, Sam Fisher style. Okay, there's another one. Kind of have to predict where they're going to be and go ahead of them a little bit. Should be clear to... There we go. It's right straight in front of me. But now I don't know how to get to the last enemy, which is the one with the red footsteps down here. Although maybe it's way more simple than I thought it was. I think this is the only one that actually matters that I fight it. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I was going in the direct right spot. I just figured there was going to be a wall again. So I didn't throw my spear. I should have just thrown it, and I would have been just fine. Alright, one more try on this one. And then I will leave you to figure it out and see what the ending of this is going to be, because I'm pretty curious now what this story is even about. It's rather cryptic. Oh god. I can't really run away from these things. There's not... Oh, there's like a cubby hole there that I didn't notice. And I also forgot there was a dude standing on the right side of me when I first start up, which I never seem to take out. So he doesn't seem to move. Alright, well... I've never been one to be particularly great at stealth games, but this is a very intriguing premise, very well done, and very interesting for the fact that there's such minimal graphically going on, and it still gives you a pretty good picture of what it is that's happening, and also a pretty compelling and cryptic story on top of it, so definitely props to the developer on this one. It is free to play if you want to go try this. It is developed in Unity, and the version that I'll be linking in the description is actually just a web browser version, so you don't have to download anything or anything, just jump right in, give it a try, see what you think. And I'm very curious to know if you guys will be able to finish this one. It's going to have a very interesting thumbnail. It might just end up being a black image, but hopefully somebody will want to watch this anyway. Regardless, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you'll leave me your comments letting me know what you think of it, what you thought of the use of the auditory cues, the visuals, the story, although, again, as cryptic as it is. Also, if you finished it and you want to, feel free to leave any spoilers, as long as you leave a spoiler tag on there for those of us who want to read that stuff. And then, of course, feel free to go check out some of the other links that I have in the description. Things like my Facebook, my Twitch, my Twitter, and, of course, indie-impressions.com, my website, where every day's Indie Impressions video gets stored and aggregated, and then you'll be able to track all of them, and you can sort them and categorize them, so you can find all the games that you're looking for particularly, and hopefully there's something out there for pretty much everybody. But with that, I will leave you for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your support if you are still continuing to enjoy the series, and be sure to come back again tomorrow as well for another episode, as I do them every single day. So I will see you back then, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you later.